We arrived in Jakarta in early February and joined a G-Adventures trip around the island of Java. There wasn't a great deal to see in Jakarta itself, so after a brief visit to Batavia and the harbour area, we headed south by bus to Bandung.
Awas kamu banyak gaya.
We stopped at the Sanur Ujo Centre for a puppet performance, some dance sessions and a bamboo musical workshop, which was great fun. From Bandung, the next day our group took the train east and headed to Yogyakarta. The train stations were spotless and everything was well organised and efficient. We journeyed through the agricultural heartland of Java for most of the day. This part of Indonesia is very green and fertile. This was a 10-minute stop, which allowed us to stretch our legs. After the first night or two in Yogyakarta, the next day our bus stopped beside some rice paddy fields, and our guide Gede told us a bit about the planting and harvesting processes. Then we proceeded to the magnificent Borobudur, the largest Buddhist temple in the world and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It impressed everyone in the group. On the way to the next temple, the Prambanan Hindu complex, it started to rain quite heavily and it was surprisingly cool. There's actually 240 temples with lots of religious bas-reliefs. Pre-COVID, the complex would have thousands of visitors every day, but we were one of the few groups to brave the weather. While the rest of the group visited more ancient monuments, the next day Lindsay and I went on a half-day bike ride around some of the villages near Yogyakarta. It was nice to get into the countryside and see people go about all sorts of business. Snacks are very popular in Indonesia, and at a mini factory we watched them being made. Then, a lovely lady showed us how to prepare and cook tempe goreng. Once again, we were fascinated by the rice planters. I'm not sure what they were making at this mini factory. It was some kind of other snack. On day 6 of the tour, we were driven up into the hills to Ngadas and our homestay for the night. The family made some lovely food for us. Gede briefed everyone for the next part of the adventure, which involved a very early start up to a viewpoint to see the sunrise over Mt Bromo. This is one of various viewpoints, and I was amazed at how many people there were. Hundreds of foreign tourists, but also numerous Indonesians as well. In the event, the sun never managed to break through heavy clouds, and there was little to see. So we got back in the jeeps and headed across the sea of sand to the crater's rim, stopping halfway down for breakfast and to view the valley. Thankfully, the weather cleared quite a bit. It only took 20 minutes to walk up to the lip of the crater, but when we reached it, the wind had changed, and sulphurous fumes were blowing our way, making it very difficult to breathe. Our jeep ran out of petrol and some phone calls were made until a motorbike appeared with fuel. We then drove to Malang, a busy town in the east of Java, where the group enjoyed dinner in an excellent restaurant that was decked out a bit like a museum. The final night of the tour took place in Sanur, on the island of Bali, and after that most of the group went to a Ladyboy nightclub venue for some beers. Overall, a very good trip to a fascinating part of the world, expertly guided by Gede from G Adventures.